Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 1st. Hey, it's April Fool's Day, and these guys are going to help you not get fooled by the fish. We're going to share some time with Lee Pitch, Tom Ott, Gentry Gordy, and, of course, Josh Heron. We'll be right back with what the guys have to say. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 1st. Hey, we got some reports of Neely Henry bull sharks being caught in the bays. Oh, wait, that's April Fool's Day. We're going to join up with Lee Pitts, our court jester, to hear what's going on at Weiss Lake and Neely Henry. What's happening at Weiss Lake, Lee?
Well, let's start with a bass bite. That way I can give you a little bit of good news. The bass are still biting. It's a shallow bite. They've been spinnerbait's been good. Chatterbait's been good, and also still flipping some plastics right now. The bass are up shallow. You can get back in these bays right now and catch some good largemouth. It's just landing on that right one. We've still got 20, 21 pounds is winning around here, so that's a good bag of fish.
It is. All right, the crappie bite. Tell me what's going on with that.
Crappie bite. I would like to say April Fools on this one, but it's been slow with us. I don't know what's happened to them. The water temperature, in the mornings has been real cool. It's back in 60, 61. Midday it's getting 65. But it's just been one of those deals. I think that cold front that hit us has shocked these fish. It's pulled them back out. And some of these fish, they got up there real tight a few weeks ago, and they've already dumped those eggs, catching some fish that are already spawned out. A lot of the fish, already starting to turn black on us out here. It's pretty fish, but they're starting to get on back and get out of these back bays.
Well, and then we talked to Pat, our parts department manager, and a great crappie fisherman himself. Seems like Neely Henry's doing okay. Some of the docks and some of the outer stuff out there in some of those bays is pretty good. But since this is Saturday for the Super Tournament, let's talk about Neely Henry's bass fishing. I'm seeing some pretty decent fish come around.
Yeah, Neely, the past 3 weeks is staying strong. I think those fish have really kind of got accustomed to where they're wanting to be, and they're nestled in there and just getting ready to do their thing. But Neely's been strong the last few weeks. It's a shallow bite, catching some fish up. Still spinner bait, chatterbait, and even flipping the jig a little bit. And it's one of those things. They're getting up there on those hard bottoms. They're getting around some of this cover. If you can find some fish that's got some protected water a little bit and get out of this current, you can catch some good largemouth. The spots are still trying to stock up, and get up on some of these harder banks and the hard bottoms. So you got a little bit of everything at Neely right now.
Yeah, and who doesn't want to move and cover water and be able to put a few fish in the boat on the reaction baits? Lee, as always, man, we appreciate everything, brother. Have fun out there, and we will talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Thank you. I'll talk to you next week.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island Area Fishing Report for Saturday, April the 1st. Hey, we're with Tom Ott. He's going to talk all the fun, great white shark fishing that's going on at, oh, wait, it's not April Fool's Day. And I'm going to use that joke one more time. Tom, what's going on at Guntersville?
Well, I tell you, Dano, old Tom's struggling a little bit. It's been hard for me to keep up with some good fish. Still catching a few good fish, but it's just been really kind of hard to pin them down as lately. Anyway, I know there's a lot of big fish being caught and a whole lot of fish, but I've just been struggling a little bit and doing a lot of bouncing around. I'm just looking. We've had a lot of water fluctuation. I don't know that that's been really the deal that's kept the fish inactive or at least inactive in the part of the lake that I was in. But it's been a little tough. I think maybe a little bit of transition going on. We had some some highs, we had some lows as far as temperature goes, and that may have affected them somewhat. But there's fish everywhere right now. I mean, from shallow to deep. I've been hearing a lot of fish being caught that are small, and that seems to be kind of my deal. But some of the larger fish are still moving in. They just don't seem to be in those staging areas that we've seen in years past. And I don't know if that's already happened. It hasn't happened yet, but we'll figure it out before long. But it's been a little tough for sure.
What about the crappie bite? I know you're seeing crappie anglers out there, and with that weather stabilizing a little bit, those things are probably snapping pretty good, correct?
Absolutely. We saw we were in about 3 foot of water over this week, and we were able to see just multitudes of crappie running around. A friend of mine, I contacted him. He's a big crappie guy. He came over. He caught 19 of them real fast. And to give you an idea of that, 16 were males, only 3 females. So
Wow.
it hadn't quite happened yet, but boy, they are aggressive. I mean, to the point where they were hitting bobbers on top of the water. So, the crappie are there. I just need the bass to follow them in and come on with it. But
So if someone was going to go out there real quick in about 30 seconds, what would you tell them to go do right now to try to catch some decent bass?
I would tell them to go shallow, hit the bank, any hard bottom that you can find that has grass surrounding some open areas. A small swim bait has been catching a lot of fish, obviously a dinger. But I wouldn't leave 3-4 foot of water probably.
Well, there you heard it, folks. Go shallow, stay patient. You might put a good one in the boat. Hey, Tom, man, as always, we appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
All right, Dano. Hey, I appreciate it. And just real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to a new friend of mine, Mason Martin. He'll be fishing over there this weekend at the Guntersville High School tournament. I'm pulling for you, Mason. I know you can do it. And East Limestone's very proud of you, buddy.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island area fishing report for Saturday, April the 1st. It's April Fool's Day, and we hope that the fish aren't going to fool with you too much. Right now, we're going to check in with Gentry Gordy. We're going to talk about Lake Martin and Jordan Lake. Let's start at Jordan Lake. Gentry, what's happening over there?
Honestly, Dano, I haven't been, but only because of the amount of rain. I couldn't imagine it's got to be flowing red. But the fish will eat, when it's doing that. The biggest thing is being careful when you're running out there. I know with the driftwood and all. But I would actually, if I was going down, I would really target your main lake points where I would, look for the current. Those big spots will get in there, and even your largemouth occasionally. But your spotted bass are more predominant when the water's doing what it is. Big crankbaits and your big kind of flashy swim baits and spinner baits, stuff like that. Just target your current.
Is this maybe the time you want to look at like an orange kicker blade spinner bait or something like that if it's that muddy?
Absolutely. My favorite up there is the coleslaw colored skirt. It's the orange and the white and the chartreuse.
Yep.
Small orange kicker. Yeah, anything big and flashy and colorful.
Gotcha.
It's muddy.
All right, let's talk Lake Martin. What's going on over there?
Man, I talked to my dad. He rode over there the day before yesterday, Dano, and he said he's never seen it that dangerous with the amount of floating wood. He said down around the 34 boat ramp in the Midway Island area, a lot of people that fish will know what I'm talking about. He said there was a wall of driftwood that you couldn't even get across, and it stretched about a half a mile. It was hung up. So first and foremost, be real careful right there. It's up. The water has come up drastically, of course. They were bringing it up, but it came up fast. So I think them fish are going to be scattered, but I would probably use the same approach because it's muddy. Now, you can get down in Blue Creek and find some clear water as of Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know if it's going to move in there, but the majority of that lake is dirty. But I would stick with the same, the kicker, color blade on the spinner bait, something big and flashy.
I tend to like a big 3/4 ounce rattle trap on 20-pound monofilament when the water gets muddy on Clearwater lakes and throw that thing shallow. Hey, Gentry, we appreciate everything. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Y'all take care.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dan O'Sullivan with your Bucks Island area fishing report for Saturday, April the 1st. We are joined by the original court jester. Lee Pitts adds to it occasionally, but we're joined by Josh Herron, who always adds a little bit of levity. Josh, what's going on at Logan Martin and Lay Lake?
Man, it's a good time to be a weekday fisherman.
Yeah, we found that out, didn't we?
Yeah, it is a great time of the year to be a weekday fisherman. Weather's beautiful. Highly recommend getting out. Take your Claritin before you go.
Yeah.
The pine trees are the devil right now.
Yep.
So, but no, man, fish are trying to do their deal. I think we've already got one little spurt of them that have.
Yep.
But we definitely got a lot more coming at a rapid rate. And man, we just need to get a couple more than like 3 or 4 days of stable weather, and I think we'll be there.
Yeah, and we got a full moon coming on the 5th. You know, we shot that live with Wes Logan earlier this week, and we caught, 8 or 10 fish, some of them on topwater. So those fish are moving up. None of them were real big yet, but they're coming.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of males up right now. They're not locked down or anything. If there's a lot of males cruising, you can go run around. You can throw a shaky head on places they're gonna spawn. Little Carolina rigs work really good this time of year, like baby brush hogs and stuff like that. But they're trying to get up there and do their thing. So we need these nights are the biggest thing right now. We need to get these nights to stay in the mid to upper 50s through the course of them, and there's going to be some Marvin Gaye play.
Yep, I hear you there. All right, talk about Lay Lake. What's happening down there?
It's all about the same, man. Spots are still, they're trying to stage up on some of these hard spots to do their deal, and largemouth are just kind of sitting waiting on go. So you still got a bunch right now, and there's actually a bunch of largemouth that are kind of still out a little bit, but they're sitting up really high in the water column, and I think it's just because these females are starting to sun and get ready.
Yeah, at what point do you think are they waiting on the water levels to rise a bit and then the nights to kind of get a little bit warmer? Is that what you think they're waiting on?
I think they're just waiting on water temperature through the nights. Is my biggest thing. I think right now we're getting to the point where in April you're going to start getting where it's not as dictated by the moon and more dictated by the weather and the length of day.
Yeah, I got you. And right now, when those fish are out there suspended, folks, you probably want to keep something above their head, maybe a little swim bait. Tato, Eon Glide might be a good one to trick a big fish. Topwater baits, a little bit of a jerk bait might be good. Josh, man, as always, we appreciate everything, brother, and we will talk to you again next week, man.
Thanks, man.
Well, that'll do it for our Bucks Island area fishing report for Saturday, April the 1st. Thanks for spending the time with us. Don't forget, you can always come on down here to Bucks Island and find the parts, tackle, boats, and service that you need to be on the water, catching fish, and enjoying your weekends or whatever time you get out on the lake. Thanks for spending this time with us, and we'll talk to you again next time.